Hey, it's Cody, and thanks for listening to the Mama's Den. Now, y'all know Black is beautiful, Black is love. It can be seen 365 days a year, 24/7, and mamas know Target is here for all of it. Black Beyond Measure is Target's year-round campaign that celebrates and elevates the spectrum of Black love and success. From the multitude of commitments and investments in the Black community to supporting HBCU students and uplifting Black entrepreneurs. Shop Black-owned or founded brands at Target, from home decor and candles to beauty, wellness products, and so much more. Surround yourself in joy and amplify your Black love with the help of the Black-owned and founded brands at Target every day. Visit target.com/blackbeyondmeasure to learn more.
What's up, everybody? This is the Mama's Den, and we are back at it with another episode. So if you want to interact with us, are we shouting out this Instagram?
Yeah, but Mel's not here.
I
so
literally was coughing, but it's fine. Crystal says it's fine.
Okay.
Melanie's not
Just cut
here.
that
We're
part
sad.
out.
Yeah, pour a little liquor for her.
Well, we're not sad. She's out here thriving. She's on the road.
She's on the road, living her best life.
Well, we're sad she's not with us, but we're happy for her blessing.
Yes,
Absolutely.
exactly. That's a good way to put it, Ash.
And so I am Cody Lane Oliver, mama of 3. I have a 5-year-old and twin 3-year-olds. It's a little check-in, you know what I'm saying? We don't always get to do this. Mm-hmm. And yeah, what about you, Ashley? What you got?
Oh my God, I have 4 children. My name is Ashley Saranda Cochia. I'm a Capricorn and have a Pisces moon, very sensitive thug. I have 4 daughters. All their names start with an A.
Yes, they do.
You can get very confused saying them. What else you want to know about me? I've been working out. I'm losing weight. Okay, I'm gonna be popping by my birthday. That's it.
Okay. I'm Felicia Latour. I have 2 babies. I run a business called Mindful Feed, where we inspire mamas and women to live their best life because it's never too late, girl.
Never too late.
Felicia, what's your middle name?
Marie. Felicia Marie Latour.
Isn't
my daughter
Keisha's
is
middle name
Marie?
Marie? Yeah.
So I don't know if it's like a Black thing, but everybody has Marie
Girl,
as
it is.
middle name, and I
Yes.
feel like it flows with everything.
When I went to
everybody.
high school, everybody's
Or-
name was Nicole or Marie. Their middle name was what?
Ashley Nicole.
Ashley Nicole or Ashley Marie.
Yeah,
everybody that I
Marie.
went to school with. But I gave my daughters my middle name too.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love
us.
So yeah,
I was gonna give my daughter my middle name.
you know it's never too late,
Yo,
Cody.
I saw Tommy. I told Tommy that you guys should have a daughter like last weekend.
He laughed at you in
He
your face.
did what he always does
Yeah.
and just pretended like I wasn't speaking.
Well, fun fact: all of my sons have Tommy's middle name.
Oh, that's cute though. I like that.
I like it.
I mean, because what's your middle name?
It's a little
Elaine?
ghetto. Elaine, yes.
Oh,
Our hypothetical
Elaine.
daughter's name is Zoe Elaine Oliver.
Oh.
Yeah.
But now that I heard the episode, okay, it's all making sense. All the names.
So yes, Tommy Special. I heard that we've got some questions and feedback from our listeners, y'all. So our producer Crystal has handed me a document of feedback that I have not looked at. Ashley has reviewed it,
No, I didn't. I really didn't.
but I haven't seen it. So we're gonna jump in and we're gonna answer some questions because the last time y'all did this, I was sick with the Rona. So Shanna or Shayna in Sandy Springs, Georgia. Should I read the whole thing in a Southern accent? She said, first off, I love the podcast. No.
Oh my God.
It's actually a long paragraph, so I won't.
Road to plane.
All right. She said, first off, I love the podcast. Y'all, my kids, aunties, and we are literally best friends. I have a 5-year-old daughter named Lola and a 1-year-old named Laith. I find myself just struggling a lot because I feel like I'm not doing enough. But in reality, I'm doing so much for them and my husband. I have so much more I want to say, but I'll just ask, is there any advice on how to form healthy, consistent habits so that I'm not constantly overwhelmed? Cody here. I don't know.
Wait, what kind of transition?
The transition is Felicia and Ashley tell me, because I'm always overwhelmed.
She didn't specify
Ask
though.
her question again. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
what's
she
the-
said, is there any advice on how to form healthy, consistent habits so that I'm not constantly overwhelmed? I do have 2 cents. I'll give y'all my 2 cents and you can tell me what you think. But it's like in the question, healthy, consistent habits. I don't have those, which is why I'm constantly overwhelmed. And so creating that structure for yourself, I think is the first step. But I feel like you, especially Felicia, I can't speak for you, Ashley, but I feel like you have this down?
I feel like I've learned to like ask for help and accept, but okay, asking for help and accepting the help is like two different things.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's
You
true.
know? So I feel like that was a very big struggle for me. But once I learned, I was like, oh, I'm asking for help on everything. I think that's number one. And then I think just creating like time boundaries. Like, this is my time, and anything outside of this, like, okay, this time is carved out for me, and I need to do this to recharge, to go back into the world or go back into being mom or wife, whatever it looks like. I need to take this time. So like really creating boundaries around that. Like, obviously sometimes things come up, but
Right.
like I've gotten really good at being like, ooh, nope, on this day.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
part.
Yeah. I would say the same thing. Well, I was going to say figuring out what is most important to you each day. I think that as a parent or wife or whatever, I think we often feel like every day has to be similar. You know what I mean? Like, I accomplished all these things and I made breakfast and I did this and this. And I, for me, have number one, asked for help. But number two, have been letting go of the idea of what every day is going to look like and kind of just leaning into whatever that day's needs are. You know what I mean? And that just being okay. So I think if she does that, it will release a lot of that stress and pressure off of her.
That
Yeah.
made me think of a book that is called Essentialism, and one of the themes in the book is exactly that. What is your priority for the day or the week or the quarter or whatever? But in parenthood, right? Identifying your priority for the day is really all that matters, because you're going to do a whole bunch of other things. You're not going to get done a whole bunch of things. But if you know what your one or two priorities are and you complete that, that's you should feel happy.
Yeah, not trying to do everything at one time too. I feel like I was a victim of that for a long time. But I was like, why am I doing this to myself? Why do I feel like I need to push the whole entire week into 1 or 2 days?
Right.
Like, girl, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, sometimes just your kids is alive. That's the end.
That's it.
That's
The
it.
end. Close the book. Let's go.
We all made it through the day.
Yeah.
So Leah in Talapo,
Oh, God.
Mississippi.
Hey Siri, how do you pronounce?
Oh Lord, I got the letters.
Girl, start from the beginning.
Tupelo.
Are you sure?
Tupelo.
Cholula.
Well, I mixed two letters, so I was all off.
Okay.
So
Chalupa.
Leah.
Chalupa.
Oh, what is it in P Valley?
Oh,
Chasalusa.
Chakalusa. Chakalusa.
I need to watch P Valley.
You don't watch P Valley?
Okay, I need to watch it. Okay.
Felicia.
Okay.
Okay, so Leah in Tupelo, Mississippi.
Season 2 is really good.
Is it Mississippi or Missouri? Which one's MS?
Girl,
I don't know.
cut.
It's a judgment for me.
Take 2.
Jesus.
I don't know either.
I don't know either.
Exactly.
No,
You
Mississippi.
went to school, girl.
Mississippi. MS isn't. Yes, MS isn't. I did know that.
Tupelo, Mississippi. Leah in Tupelo, Mississippi. Hey, Leah. Oh, this says Cody. I hope you're not getting off that easy. We're loving this last season of Black Love. You really gonna let it go out like that? Ouch. What's going on? Also, Felicia, I'm loving the new merch drop. Okay, that's it. I'm just kind of mad at Cody about this Black Love business. Everything
thanks,
else,
girl. Yeah.
everything else has an exclamation point. That last one is just a period. What's the question? What's going on? Listen here, sis. Black Love is, this is long. Not really. Black Love is ending for a lot of reasons. Number one, Tommy and I have always done all of the interviews together, just the two of us. He is the cinematographer and we do the lighting, we do the sound, we do everything. There's no PA, there's no producer booking talent. That is me.
Y'all crazy, man.
I know.
Y'all
Totally
crazy.
Because we wanted to create an intimate space to have these conversations
Yeah, I
with
hear you.
couples. And we don't want to compromise that. So we're partially ending the series because that's a lot now. It's
a lot.
6
That
years,
is a
7 years
lot.
into doing interviews. We got 3 kids. We got 2 businesses. It's a lot to juggle. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of time away from the kids. So that's number one. Number 2, we wanted to end on a high note. Okay. We don't want to go out where she's like, what was Black Love again? So that part. And it's just time. It's just time. And Black Love, the brand, is continuing forever. Like Black Love is forever. This is 365 days a year for us. And so all of our live events, podcasts like this one, our streaming service, the Black Love Plus app, our website, blacklove.com, none of that is going away. And so the Black Love is here.
Okay. So maybe people are under the impression that the whole thing is just like
know, right?
going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
no.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, wait, when you really break it down, Cody, that's like 6 to 8 people job.
Yeah.
Like, who's helping you guys carry the lights? Somebody helping with that
No,
part?
it's the two of us. Sometimes the couples come outside and help.
What?
Wow.
After they go, it's just the two of y'all?
Actually, you know what? I think we did. I think.
Oh, for
Tia
sure, 'cause
or
y'all
I
had a
came
whole
out and
parking
helped.
lot
Yeah, we
situation.
came and helped you guys. Yep.
They had
Wait,
a parking
okay,
garage.
so okay, let me now I have questions. So so when you guys were doing it, like, were you guys opposed to having somebody come and set up lights and then like bye?
He was.
Yeah.
I was open to it as soon as he started to get really busy and it became harder to schedule him, harder to even just like the logistics of it became more challenging and thus more like heightened frustration. Me and my friend who worked with us at the time and somebody else, Colt, who manages post-production among other things, we came to Tommy and we were like, there's an easier way.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it should just be the two of us. And so I get, what's funny is like in saying it out loud to you, I certainly felt like that was not the right decision at the time, but of course respected what his decision was.
Yeah.
For me, I have been controlling in that same way from a talent booking standpoint. So I have always been the one to reach out to talent.
Yeah.
We don't have anybody else do that because we want to make it this personal,
I
intimate
like
experience
that.
from the very
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
So it's not like, hey, your manager's going to call my assistant and then da-da-da-da. It's like, hey, Felicia, we'd really love to talk to you about your story. Are you available at this time?
You can get a quicker yes that way
Yeah.
too.
And you feel more trusting to like
Boom.
that it's more like really, I think logistically, yes, it would be nice if you had help, but the people that you talk to in the stories that are on there are so personal that it makes sense that it's just the two of you.
Yeah, and it's not acting. Like you're not hired for a job. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, I want you to trust me.
And it's like
So-
very vulnerable and like just straight
Yeah.
up like, hi, tell me about your life.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the lights and the sound, I'm like,
look, I tried.
No,
Even
but I
this
feel it,
last
though.
season in particular, I told this story on After Love, the final episode with Cynthia and Mike, because they talked about how they got in a fight before we got there. And I was like, we got in a fight when we left. As a matter of fact, y'all, Melanie's not here. So we left Cynthia and Mike's house and went to Melanie and Jared's house.
Oh.
And when we were at Cynthia and Mike's house, at the end of the interview, Tommy got a call that was work related. He was on the phone for like a half hour while we're supposed to be packing up the equipment. So now we're up in their house, kind of like, oh, sorry, hang on, and we need to get to Melanie and Jared's house.
Oh Lord.
And Jared a little intense, you know what I'm saying, with the schedule and like, hey, so I'm trying to make sure everything is on the up and up. And so when we get in the car and I'm kind of like, this is why I think that we should have someone help because you're tied up. He was just, I don't remember. He was mad at me for even having an issue with it. And so we were fighting all the way to the front door.
Oh damn. And then
To
you
the
just turned
front
it off.
door. And I'm like, and these are my friends. And now I have to go inside. Knock, knock, knock. Hey guys. Sorry we're late.
That's marriage.
It was a
Fight
day.
until you get somewhere.
It was a day, and that's why Black Love is ending. Okay? Moments like that. Which ear? Okay.
I feel it. All right. Now that you explain it that way, I guess. That's your answer, girl.
Okay, Cassia in Alabama. She said, hi, mamas! Exclamation point. I like these exclamation points. I have a question. How can I feel secure in the place I'm in now? I have trouble planning for the future and get overwhelmed with trying to be caught up with all the other 25-year-olds because this is a Felicia question because I ain't been 25 in a minute.
Girl.
Because I know that they have stable, balanced lives. I also need advice on how not to be desperate for love. I want to learn how to love myself without running to a man for love.
Oh, that's deep. That's a lot.
It's a lot of questions.
Yeah.
How can I feel secure in the place I'm in now? And she says she has trouble planning for the future and she gets overwhelmed with trying to be caught up with all the other 25-year-olds she knows because they have stable, balanced lives. Also, what you see isn't always the case.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
And then she said she wants to not be desperate for love.
I feel like she needs to focus on acceptance, and like living in the present moment of what is, and not that whole idea of like, let me look at everybody else on the outside. Like a lot of people are really good at faking the funk. I'm like, we live in social media time where it can look like one thing, but behind closed doors it's something completely different.
Yeah.
And also to the previous question, right? It's identifying so we talked about priorities, right? And setting your priorities. It's identifying what you need, what is going to make you happy. Because you don't want to necessarily have the life of those other 25-year-olds. What in your life is going to make you happy? I want to have a better job. I want to have a better financial, stability. I want to go on vacation more. Like, what are the things that are going to make you feel secure? identify those and then work toward them.
It's giving anxious attachment. And it's
Okay,
giving you need to read
therapist.
the book Attached and read upon anxious attachment. And I feel like you'll get a lot of answers within there because
Yeah.
I do think she needs to lean more towards like a secure.
So y'all have talked about this book, but there's a quiz too, right?
yeah.
Okay, what
And
is
it
it?
tells
Did
you.
you send it?
Yeah.
Did you send the quiz?
I don't know.
How do you
well,
find
it's
it?
I took the quiz when I was reading the book. Like it's within the book. But I think there is a quiz
Didn't y'all
outside of.
take
I think Melody said there's one.
I think maybe Jerome, somebody sent it to me. Every time you say
Online.
something, Jerome send it. Like, but y'all be
That's
reading a lot of
crazy.
the
Y'all,
same
we
books.
have to
Yeah.
help this young lady, so we gotta find
but
what
I
this quiz
think
is.
I think reading that book Attached helped me a lot because I felt like I used to be very anxious and would have these same questions. And then when I started to understand my attachment style, I was like, oh, I don't want to be like that. That's
Yeah.
crazy. You know?
Yeah. Was she, because she said, what was the question about love again?
She don't want to be thirsty. Not thirsty. She used that word, but
I want to learn how to
giving
love
thirsty.
myself without running to a man for love.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
hard though, because that is a lot of unpacking. I think
Yeah.
if you don't have a therapist, definitely seek therapy. Look at me saying that. But I feel like that's important because I think the way we attach ourselves to men, women, whatever, whoever you're dating, it has a lot to do with your relationships with your mothers and fathers, lack thereof, or whoever raised you. And so I think when you're trying to find love or seeking a relationship, going inward and really looking at your childhood and those previous relationships would really help you.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Figure out why you attach yourself to people the way you do. You know what I mean?
So the quiz is the attachment style quiz.
yeah. Okay.
And then the book is called Attached. And I say that I haven't read it, but I've heard all three of you
It's
guys
so
talk about it a lot.
good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Attached, the new science of adult attachment and how it can help you find and keep love.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
And a lot of things too. I mean, I think just like putting so much emphasis on, like, it sounds like she's putting so much emphasis on things that are outside of herself and like
Yeah.
take a moment and like focus on self. Like, I don't know, just like self acceptance too.
Yeah.
You know?
It's hard though because they're growing up in a day
Girl.
of social media and a world of social media at 25.
Yeah.
That's really hard. I mean, I'm thinking about when I was 25, I was a mom and I was just now getting like we had Facebook, right? But it was so different. Facebook was not used the same way
Or
Instagram
MySpace.
is. Yeah, no, girl, we was posting songs and weird captions
Yeah.
and photo albums.
And moving
with
around my top 8 anytime somebody pissed me off.
Right, 5,000 photos and Facebook of us getting drunk and just horrible lighting and like we just really did not care. Just release. There was no
said horrible
curating
lighting.
our image. It was very authentic.
Yeah.
And now everything is very curated. So it's so hard to live looking at everyone's life being perfectly put. I mean, look, I got an argument with my husband the other day. That wasn't on Instagram. You know what I mean? So like, but I posted a picture, I think,
Yeah.
of our happy family.
Or those hoochie daddy
Well, maybe
shorts.
I was gonna say maybe a piece of advice
Girl.
too. I'm like maybe a piece of advice too is like staying off of social media, like not going on as much because I feel
Yeah.
like I know I naturally would do it. If I'm looking at something too much, you start to see yourself like I want to go that way, and then I'm like, wait, girl, hold on, where you're at is just
that's
fine.
true.
Keep
Yep,
going. You
that's
know.
so true. Yes. Less social media.
Hopefully that helps, girl.
All right. So, Kim in Brooklyn, do you practice gentle or conscious parenting? If so, what does that look like in your home? And is your partner or family aligned with your parenting style? Ooh, that's a lot of questions.
That's a
And
whole episode.
right. I say that because there is the gentle, conscious parenting of it all. And then there's the alignment with other caregivers in your life. That's a whole nother.
Wait, say the second part again.
She said, is your partner or family aligned with your parenting style?
Yeah,
You
that's
answer
hard.
first. Yeah.
That's hard because I feel like sometimes OG parents, I was just talking about this the other day, but like they parented us. So they're like, I know, you know?
You alive.
Yeah. But then also sometimes I
Mama
look at my
says.
mom sideways like, girl, you do gentle parenting now. What happened with all of us?
Because they learn. That's the one thing that's annoying about grandparents is they look at their kids. I think. I mean, I'm sure there'll be a moment with all of us where we will look at our grandchildren or even our own children as adults and be like, "Oh, that's probably because of me." Do you know what I mean? And so they're like, "I'm not going to repeat that." I think it's also easier to love people that you don't have to have 24/7. You know, give them back to their
That part.
parents. But go
Would
ahead.
you guys say, do you practice? First off, I don't know the difference between gentle and conscious. I think of them similar.
I think of them as the same too.
So are y'all saying yes?
I don't think they're the same. Because I think conscious parenting is centered more around like really thinking
Like
about
awareness? Okay.
Yeah. And I think gentle parenting is honestly like a technique of how you talk to your kids, like
okay.
in
That
a
makes sense.
like tone based. Do you know what I mean? I could be wrong. You could look it up.
I'm gonna look it up
Okay.
just for the sake of conversation. So conscious parenting is about, this is healthline.com.
Oh, that's a
so
good resource.
reputable. Conscious parenting is about letting go of a parent's egos, desires, and attachments. Instead of forcing behaviors on children, parents should focus on their own language, their expectations, and their self-regulation. So that's interesting.
That's what I
I
said.
do pay attention to that and work on that. So it's conscious.
So what I said is yes.
gentle parenting.
What's the other one? What I said do?
Parents.com, the New Yorker.
I think gentle parenting is more of like.
I think it really has to do with like.
I'm about to say something funny. Hold on.
Oh, what you gonna say?
When when you're like, okay, take 5 breaths, and then it can be like, go sit your ass down. Like, that's the
range.
difference. Gentle and non-gentle.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to read the harsh realm of gentle parenting. Anyway, it's a Montessori school website. Okay. It says gentle parenting is a parenting approach that encourages a partnership between you and your child to make choices based on an internal willingness instead of external pressures. So they are different.
Yeah.
And I think I do both.
Okay.
Like,
What was
I think
the question again?
First, she asked if we practice gentle or conscious parenting. That was the first question.
Okay.
So yes or no, Ashley?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Then
1,000% conscious.
my ego definitely gets in the way when I parent, though.
Absolutely.
Because I'm like, first of all,
But I think that's
Sit
the
down.
work. Right. Y'all, we are going to do a whole nother conversation on this because that right there,
yeah.
Yeah.
the like, okay, I have given you all of the gentle, all of the conscious, all of the tools, all of the consequences, discussion.
Yeah.
Now listen, you know what I mean?
And sometimes I look at my kids and I'm like, the other day, Peace had did something. Oh, I told her it was something with like picking something up. And I said, Peace, I have asked you 5 times to pick this up.
Yep.
I said, why do you wait to get yelled at? I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me. So when I'm being conscious and gentle, sometimes that shit don't work.
No.
I'm like, but there's, and I'm like,
that's
there.
not even
Save
ego.
this for no. Look, see, we're gonna go down the road.
Okay.
We got to save this for our episode about
Yes.
it. She should tune into that one.
Yes.
And what was her other
I
question?
will. But I'm just, that's not even ego. That's just, you don't make sense, child.
You don't make sense, child. And then she's smiling.
See, because I know it's gonna happen.
Then she's smiling.
We're
and I'm
gonna
like, oh, so you think it's funny?
We're gonna go
Funny.
down this train because I don't want to say nothing.
Okay,
because y'all don't have a teenager.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
like,
Okay.
let's go.
Conscious parenting coming soon. So Ro in Austin. Oh no, sorry. The rest of her question. And she said that, what is your partner or family aligned with your parenting style?
Yes, my husband is. My family. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. They don't watch my kids anyway. So
Yeah, that's good. Well, okay, so grandparents, specifically their father's mother, we love her so much, Gia, but sometimes she got to get checked and we have to tell her, like, look, you're not going to be able to have the kids if you don't fall in line with what it is that
It's
we're
like
talking
old
about,
school.
lady. She just will let them do whatever. They go over there and I look at, I'm like, why are you guys acting like you're not trained? But me and their father are in agreement.
well, wait, is that
good.
different though? Because that to me is like she's not disciplining them different. She's just not disciplining.
don't
them.
discipline
She's a
at all.
grandma. That's different. Grandmothers don't really discipline. I think it's different when it's like they are yelling or whipping your kids, and you are like, we're not doing that.
Oh yeah, hell
You know
no.
what I mean?
Yeah,
But she's
nobody-
still
not
keep
aligned.
letting them do whatever
She's
they
not
want.
making an
She's still
effort.
not aligned. Yeah, you're still going against you're still making my job difficult because when
Of
they
course.
come
Yeah.
back, I almost have to like retrain.
Yeah, that's every
And I have to
grandparent.
tell them like, hi, you're not at Gia's house. You're at mommy's house now.
Yeah.
That shit don't work over here.
I feel honestly that's better because my mom will just be like, yeah, sure, and then when she has them, she's still gonna let them do whatever they
No,
want.
that's how Gia, that's how she is.
That's all grandparents.
yeah,
I think.
and it's just they just smile like this.
They're annoying.
And then my mom, oh
I feel
gosh.
seen.
I'm like, Mom, I'll tell her not to do something and she'll be like, Peace, come over here. And like, and I'm like, you just gonna do it in front of me? So then finally I just had to tell myself, like, girl, just turn around. Like, I just can't look. Why are you only feeding them chocolate, lady? What's wrong with you?
Oh God.
So no, they're not aligned with my parenting style.
I don't think anybody's parents are, honestly.
I would have to say Tommy is not. It's difficult because I would say he's not aligned with, like, he does not make an effort at like gentle or conscious parenting.
Really?
Yeah, but then there's examples where I do see it, and so he can be a little like, "Don't tell me what to do; I'll do what I want." But then what he wants sometimes is what I am.
Wait,
Virgo. That's why I said Tommy lives in his Virgo. He does not live in his Pisces. That moon sign is strong.
It's
got a strong hold on
frustrating
him.
to have conversations about it where he's kind of like, "You doing too much," but then when I see him exemplify it, then I'm like, okay, then I guess that's just what it is, So, but the point is, I brought it up though because if Kim asked the question, my guess is that she's probably dealing with someone in her life that's not aligned.
Oh, we give her
and
advice.
It's very challenging.
Yeah,
and so not just listen. Everything about advice is about like you're not alone. And so I just wanted to share it because it is very difficult. And I have talked to Sharice about it. Sharice, who hosts Parenting for the Culture, and essentially she's encouraged me to just like continuously do me, right? Do what I think is the right thing in that regard. And I guess the pro is that in some cases he has picked it up. Yeah. Just not like, yeah, girl, that's what we gonna do. But
that's true. You can live in the same home as someone and parent differently.
Yes.
And sometimes that's just okay. Your kids are going to have two different experiences and what resonates with them the most, they will lean more into that person sometimes too as well. And that can affect their bond with whatever parent is whatever they respond to the most. Ideally, as you grow and continue to have conversations with your partner, hopefully you can get more and more aligned. But sometimes it just you're two people coming with your own childhood, your own. It's hard to be like, because even though me and Chia are aligned, we still don't execute it the same way.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
It's like two different experiences, like you said,
for sure.
Yeah.
So thank y'all so much for all these questions and for connecting with us. We are loving our Village of Mamas. If you want to submit a question, you can fill out our form in the show notes or send us an email at podcasts@blacklove.com and we'll get your question in a future episode. Don't forget to, listen, share, rate, review, follow.
And tell a home girl, tell a mama.
Tell a mama.